The thing I find most impressive about this show is their total commitment to making it with Victorian techniques. I mean, they're so committed. They're insanely committed. They're insanely, weirdly, peculiarly committed. They're sort of almost pervertedly committed. They're perverts.
I mean, Victorian filming techniques, it's all very well, but I think they've been misinformed. I'm not sure the Victorians even had television. And they didn't even have books, did they? They did.
No, I mean, whatever anyone else says, the Victorians definitely did have television. I mean, you know, absolutely, certainly they did. I mean, you know, what else would they have done in the evenings? It can't all have been harpsichord recitals and nipping down the East End to try and strangle women. I know. You know, I've tried that myself. I was bored silly after a week.
Well, the Victorians had quite a wide range of television programmes. Some of them haven't stood the test of time, but there are others that are still with us to this day. Coronation Street, of course, in those days it was Coronation House. Lark Rise to Candleford, which began life as a sort of gritty fly-on-the-wall documentary. And, of course, Downton Abbey. And whereas for us, the early 20th century gives it a quaint period feel, for the Victorians, it was a science fiction programme.
The steam-powered cameras are brilliant, and we're really loving the results. Apparently, it's not very good for our policy of ethical production and minimising our carbon footprint, because we're getting through about half a tonne of coal a day to power them, and a lot of water. Basically, where we're shooting, the Thames is pretty dry here now, since we've been filming for 5 weeks.
I think the very, very long hours are actually an important part of what makes this a Victorian experience. And it's like, you know, sometimes you have to dig really, 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 really deep to find coal, and that's what I've asked them to do, and they haven't found any coal yet. So, you know, they just better dig a bit deeper.
We've been filming some scenes down a mine, because that's what the Victorians did, apparently. The scene isn't set in a mine, but it's sort of like green screen, but mine screen. In between takes, we get coal.
Oh, yeah, well, my character dies of tuberculosis consumption, which is very common, of course, in the Victorian era. And in order to fully recreate it, I've had to be infected with it. Apparently, they swear to me just a couple of Barocca and I'll be fine. A lot of my friends and family have got TB now, so that's, in a way, that's alienating, but in another way, it brings us together.
Yeah. Of course, the technology was very, very different in Victorian times. These days, we use electricity to transmit the programmes. In those days, they used transmission catapults. After weeks of effort, the finely crafted leather-bound programmes were flung from the catapults and then caught in transmission nets, then funnelled down into the back of the average Victorian television set. And of course the televisions themselves were different. These days you might have a 42-inch television. In those days people often had a 42-yard television made out of wrought iron and brickwork. For example, Alexandra Palace, these days a magnificent transmitter. In those days it was actually an early television set.
Yes, they've got the steam-powered cameras. Yes, they've got the giant candles to light everything. But I don't think that's how the Victorians did it, because I don't think the Victorians did it at all.
Of course, one of the challenges has been trying to make the programme using a Victorian budget. We were allocated 150 guineas, and unfortunately that ran out at about 10:30 on the first morning. So I gave it a bit of thought and went back to some of my Victorian research and came up with a scheme to raise some money, which I'm calling the Special Corporation for Authentic Media.
So, no, I mean, obviously, when I was given the fantastic opportunity to invest in Gareth's scheme, you know, I mean, I didn't really understand a lot of the technifications, I believe Gareth said, was what was written on the contract. But the way he explained it, it seemed like an excellent idea. And obviously, he's so trustworthy.
Yes, the producers got quite a complicated sounding investment scheme going on, which was kind of forced to take part in, but I'm happy to do it, whatever we have to do to get the show made. So I've given about £28,000 towards it, but you know, I've been reassured that I'll make some kind of profit. £28,000, that's obviously modern money. We're doing it properly and with modern money, but you know, the idea is Victorian. But yeah, fingers crossed.
Listen, I take it very, very seriously, and I have personally taken control of it. So I actually didn't want a big sprawling mass of different people sticking their oar in. I've kept sole control of the Special Corporation for Authentic Media, because it seems to me that's the only way that I can guarantee that people will stand every chance of making their money back, and that is a personal guarantee that they could, under some circumstances, make their own money back or more.
The whole crew have pretty much sunk their life savings into it, so, you know, hopefully, thumbs up.
I have invested all my childhood money in Anna's.
Me too, and I persuaded my parents to remortgage and invest all of that, and my grandparents. They've invested my actual grandparents.
No, I'm not investing in his scheme. Special Corporation for Authentic Media. Scam, more like. Scam. It's scam. It is a scam. Scam. Scam!
Yeah. Well, you know, Gareth didn't come in today, left some rather implausible message saying he was stuck in traffic. But we traced the message back to Barbados, where he's gone with all our money. I mean, everyone's money. It's gone with Gareth to Barbados. That's it. We've had to shut down production. We have no more money. He has ripped us off, like I suspected he would. He's ripped us off. He has definitely ripped us off. If he shows his face around here again, that'll get ripped off. So, back to the workhouse.